Welcome to your final criminal law exam. Your last chance to convince me that you deserve to graduate. Now, in your packets is your client's file. You have 10 minutes to review the case, come up with a defense, and argue against me. Whoever comes up with the best defense wins this. The $64K C&G bonus that no one won last semester.
If either of us wins, let's split the money.
When I win, I'm keeping that money for me.
Now, I will pick names to determine the order. Once someone tries a strategy, it's off the table for good.
So the person who goes last has more time to know the case.
It's as unfair as the American justice system. Now, today's case is a conspiracy to murder. The client is a famous, powerful, legendary woman. Her name, Snow White. The prosecution alleges that Miss White manipulated the 7 dwarfs to push her stepmother, the queen, over a cliff. Miss White claims that the dwarfs acted alone. Now, the rest of the details are in your packets. Your 10 minutes start now. Passed your final exam. Tomorrow you graduate, but I had to say something before we part ways for good. I know that you all ask yourselves why I'm still here, teaching, considering the hot mess my life has been the last 3 years. Well, the answer is simple. You. No one should be falsely accused of crimes they didn't commit. But it happens to people far worse off than me. And here's where you come in. I teach so that some of you will make sure that the justice system lives up to its name. Even though I know that most of you will sell out and go corporate, but some of you, the brave ones, will forge your own path. A path that doesn't put money or greed or glory first, but your clients. So think hard about who you want to be. Because in 24 hours, you graduate and you'll be free of me.
I want my lawyer.
Free from Middleton.
I need help in her.
Free from your families. Asher. So whoever you decide to be, as an arbiter of the law with whole knowledge of historical jurisprudence in this country, race must always be considered a variable.
You have precious time, Miss Keating. I suggest that you don't waste it by making arguments you've already made.
These are not my words, Justice Strickland. They're yours. You wrote them in your 1985 ruling in Bryant v. Topeka, an equal protection case dealing with a state housing lottery program. Racism is built into the DNA of America. And as long as we turn a blind eye to the pain of those suffering under its oppression, we will never escape those origins. The only safeguard people of color have is the right to a defense, and we won't even give them that. Which means that the promise of civil rights has never been fulfilled. Due to the failure of our justice system, our public defense system in particular, Jim Crow is alive and kicking. Laws that made it illegal for blacks and whites to be buried in the same cemetery. They categorize people into quadroons and octoroons. They punish a black person for seeking medical attention in a white hospital. Some may claim that slavery has ended. But tell that to the inmates who are kept in cages and told that they don't have any rights at all. People like my client Nathaniel Leahy and millions of people like him who are relegated to a subclass of human existence in our prisons. There is no alternative to justice in this case. There is no other option. To decide against my plaintiff is to choose lining the pockets of prison owners over providing basic defense for the people who live in them. And is that the America that this court really wants to live in? Where money is more important than humanity? Where criminality is confused with mental health? The Sixth Amendment was ratified in 1791. It's been 226 years since then. Let's finally guarantee its rights to all of our citizens.
Viola Davis. Viola Davis fences.
Viola Davis in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
And the Oscar goes to Viola Davis.
This is the first Oscar and third nomination for Viola Davis.
Thank you to the Academy. You know, there's one place that all the people with the greatest potential are gathered. One place, and that's the graveyard. People ask me all the time, what kind of stories do you want to tell, Viola? And I say, exhume those bodies. Exhume those stories. The stories of the people who dreamed big and never saw those dreams to fruition. People who fell in love and lost. I became an artist, and thank God I did, because we are the only profession that celebrates what it means to live a life.